serahkan fellowship kami dari awal sampai akhirnya Tuhan. Bila nanya nama-Mu Tuhan Yesus yang dimuliakan, nama-Mu yang ditinggikan, dan kami berdoa Tuhan supaya Engkau membuka hati kami, supaya kami siap untuk belajar sesuatu yang baru daripada Tuhan. Dan kami menyerahkan Pastor Dan yang akan mengajar kami pada malam ini. Tuhan, Kau pakai dia Tuhan, dan Kau terus guna pakai Pastor Dan dengan luar biasa Tuhan. Dan berkati semua teman-teman kami yang join pada malam ini Tuhan. Sekali lagi kami serahkan sepenuhnya fellowship ini dalam tangan Tuhan. Di dalam nama Tuhan Yesus kami berdoa. Amin.
Okay, hello semua. Apa kabar? Okay, I am sure kita semua excited. Jadi, sebelum kita mula, okay, kita mau kasih panas-panas dulu badan kita. Kita mau kasih nervous dulu badan kita, okay? So, kita ada exciting topik malam ini yang ini yang saya mau bagi hint untuk kita semua. Okay, apa yang saya perlukan daripada kamu orang hari malam ini adalah ambilkan sebatang pen. Semua orang ambilkan sebatang pen. Lepas tu, and then kamu ambilkan, kamu keluarkan 3 jari kamu. Kamu simpankan di atas tangan, pen tu di atas tangan kamu. Okey. Semua sudah sukses kan? 3 jari senang. Cuba kita turunkan kepada 2 jari. 2 jari, ada yang gegar-gegar, ada yang jatuh. Okey. Cuba kita turunkan lagi rendah. 1 jari. Jatuh. Susah kan? Okey, now kita mau tahu, kita semua excited. Mau tahu bagaimana kita mau balance kehidupan kita di dalam menurut firman Tuhan. Jadi itu adalah tips. Ataupun itu adalah hints untuk kita pada malam ini. Okay, thank you semua sebab sudah panas-panas dengan pen, dengan mengeras tadi jari. Okay, sekarang saya serahkan kepada Brother Freddy.
Thank you, Sis Vic. So, sekali lagi, welcome semua. Jadi, jangan risau, kita tidak formal malam ini. Okay, kita just relax. Kita mau santai-santai belajar pada malam hari ini, amen. Okay, so sebelum saya pass kepada kita punya speaker malam ini, lama saya tidak memperkenalkan dia. Jadi secara formalnya seorang pribadi yang akan melayani kita pada malam hari ini adalah seorang gembala senior daripada SIBLife di KL. Dia seorang pastor yang sangat punya hati yang sungguh luar biasa untuk jiwa-jiwa muda dibangun, diberkati, dilengkapi untuk generasi yang akan datang. So, formalnya. Alright. So, malam hari ini secara pribadi kita sangat bersyukur ada Pastor Dan bersama dengan kita. Boleh kita beri reaction, clap, and ya. Kita sangat welcome Pastor Dan yang bersama dengan kita malam hari ini. Seperti kita sedia tahu, sedia maklum, gereja SIBLife adalah gereja mentor bagi BM Life. Sebab itulah nama kami BM Life ni mesti ada jarak sikit dari dia punya mentor, dia sambung SIBLife, sambung kan? Tapi dia punya mentor mesti jarak sikit, BM Life. Okay? So, secara pribadi kami sangat dibangun, sangat diberkati, sangat dibentuk oleh seorang pribadi ini, dan saya percaya kita juga rindu dia memberkati kita semua sebagai YA yang siap untuk ini bukan promosi gila-gila. Sebab lama tidak welcome Presiden dia. Saya tahu dia memang rindu mau pergi Sarawak. Juga kami rindu untuk dia bersama dengan kita di Sarawak. So kita sangat punya masa yang sungguh indah sebelum ini. Jadi malam hari ini kita ambil balik aura itu sebelum habis MCO kita. Walaupun kita tambah lagi kita punya MCO di Sarawak sampai 29 Mac. Tapi saya percaya kita akan punya masa ke depan ini bersekutu bersama-sama secara fizikal. Okay? Tanpa membuang masa, mari kita sambut Pastor Dan bersama dengan kita pada malam hari ini. Welcome Mas Rian, silakan.
Thank you. Shalom semua, Shalom Sarawak, Shalom BM Live. So good to see all of you today. Thank you, terima kasih kerana memberi saya kesempatan untuk buat perkongsian sikit sharing tonight. Sebab kalau silap saya semua kita yang hadir di malam ini, we are working people, right? And any one of you cannot understand English. Sebab saya mau, if I can actually mix BM English, meskipun saya bisa cakap dalam BM, but because some of these things are too long, I want to padatkan dalam, actually we don't have much time, tak banyak masa kita ada, so I will try to use a bit more English. Mungkin saya akan terjemahkan dalam BM lah, so I just want to make sure that we are all in the same page. Kalau kurang faham, it's okay, you just, I think Pastor Raymond is recording this, kemudian kamu boleh minta sesiapa yang pandai translate untuk kamu, ya. And yeah, so tonight I have something really interesting for us. First of all, I want to say, saya sendiri buat persiapan to share with you also. Actually, I find it interesting, something that God has taught me. Selain daripada, of course, I have experiences already, like this whole topic, but just that how to communicate in a more powerful way. Dari cara Alkitabiah, of course, we are Christians, we learn from the Bible, but yet practical for us to use. I think that is something very important, all right? So, I want to answer questions, menjawab soalan, dan last, I think 1 week, ada juga kamu sudah hantar soalan, and Pastor Raymond already collected the questions, and I will answer those questions. I want to answer all your questions, terutama kalau kamu ada submit soalan, please stay until the end, because I want you to listen to the replies of your questions. Very important. Kalau kamu tidak sempat tanya soalan dan kamu rasa segan mau tanya di chat box, boleh juga mungkin Pastor Ray share itu link nanti di chat box untuk mereka submit itu soalan anonymous, tak perlu sebut nama kamu. Alright, so you don't have to worry about asking questions. So please ask all the questions you want. Alright, now so I want to start with something here very interesting in that sense that I want us to get in the same page. Alright. Pemahaman yang sama. Why are we here tonight? All right, let me start with this picture. By the way, I need to share my slide first. Pastor Raymond, boleh bagi saya? Okay, I can share. All right, so here we go. Can you see my slide share? If you can see, just give me an emoji thumbs up or something. All right, so great. Now, let me just arrange my screen. Kalau kamu lihat, kenapa saya lihat ke sebelah kanan, sebab saya ada external monitor yang saya buka semua kamu punya kamera maksimal boleh fit the screen. I want to see every one of your faces. That's why kalau boleh bukalah kamu punya kamera yang cantik-cantik, handsome semua tu. Kalau kamu apa tu golongan wanita bilang tak sempat saya make up, pastor. It's okay, alright. Pakai mask saja. Now and so what I want to do is tonight, all right, let me start with this picture, okay? You watch Harry Potter? Anybody watch Harry Potter? All right, just give me a minute. All right, so you watch Harry Potter. All right, great. You know what is magic wand, right? Oh, tongkat sihir, okay? So now imagine for a while, you have this tongkat sihir, magic wand. You know what is that? Or they call it what? Tongkat sihir or kayu sihir, all right? So you have this magic wand, and you can change one thing. Kamu boleh ubah satu perkara. Satu saja. What would you change? All right? Type it in the chat box. What would you change? Type it in the chat box. Okay? So, yeah. Everybody respond. Type in the chat box. All right? So, if you don't respond, saya akan mengantuk. Okay? So, what would you tukar warna rambut? Ayo. Serious lah. Wasted? No. One time only. No, you can use. Change lah, maybe like tukar itu pokok jadi lelaki idaman or something like that, you know. So yeah, change COVID. What? That means like stop COVID-19 lah. Masa lalu saya, wah Daniel, masa lalu yang pahit kah tu? Hilangkan COVID-19. Okay, very good. Wah, everybody like all the way COVID tukar amount dalam bank account. Ini more practical Joel, manusia tu. Okay, yang lain tu macam mana? Terlalu holy, go back to primary school. Freda, serious? You want to go back to school now? Not now, later part lah. Because if you go back to school now, you still cannot go to school in that sense. Very hard to study, you have to wear mask. All right, kerjaya, racism in the world. Wow, Joel, this from SIBLife, by the way. All right, wow, teleport. teleport ke mana? Keputusan SPM. What happened, Gary? Lepas you change SPM punya keputusan, apa akan terjadi? Kamu akan what? What happened to you? Tukar saiz badan isteri. Apa ni? Saiz badan isteri ke saiz badan kamu ni? Aduhai ni, Andri. Okay, Putri, kasih berdenda dia nanti. Suruh dia tidur di luar, okay? Tukar masa lalu. Okay, wow. Ketuk kepala Adam dan Hawa di Eden. Alright, so okay, you can do that too. Okay, what else you have? Now, I want to say something, we all want to change something, change it and change that, right? But there is one thing, satu perkara that we all same, change ourselves. Don't you agree? All of us have something to change. We have to change ourselves to be a better person, all right? There are only two kinds of people, dua jenis orang manusia yang tidak perlu berubah dalam hidup ini. Orang yang sudah mati, sudah masuk tanah, dia tidak perlu berubah, tapi dia akan diubahkan kerana dia akan reputkan. Golongan yang kedua adalah orang yang terlampau kudus dia, like holy. Sebenarnya tiada tempat di bumi yang layak menerima orang seperti ini, sebab semua di bumi tidak kudus, right? So, and these are the people that don't need to change. So, if you don't belong to these two groups, we all have something to change. Do you agree? Agree, me a thumbs up, all right? So, just emoji all the way, whatever. All right, so all of us have something to change. Now, I want to say something. Why I want to start with this, kenapa saya mau mula dari point ini adalah, a lot of people thought that actually they have like, nothing to change or whatever, but change is important and it's inevitable. Terutamanya apabila kita berbicara tentang topik life balance kan. There are many things in our lives we need to make changes if you want to have a life balanced. All right, so, or a balanced life, wrong English. Now, this is my favorite story. I want to share this sebab saya sangat suka Nokia masa dulu. Sekarang Nokia sudah masuk kubur. So, siapa sini pernah pakai handphone Nokia? Okay, Nokia, alright. Now, why I want to use this mobile phone illustration? Because all of us now sangat bergantung kepada kita punya smartphone, alright? So, but Nokia adalah peneraju leader in the technology of mobile phone, but they were not smart enough. So this is an ex-CEO of Nokia by the name of Stephen Elop. By the way, Nokia was a top mobile phone in the world for many years. I love Nokia. I used it. I'm sure many of you used it. If you have not used, maksudnya kamu sangat muda. Alright. So and Stephen Elop, ex-CEO, when 2014, Nokia dijual kepada Microsoft bought over, and this was his last word in his speech. He said, we didn't do anything wrong, but somehow we lost. That's it. That's the last time you hear Nokia. No more Nokia now in the world. All right. And then commentators say this. Commentator says, Nokia didn't do anything wrong. However, the world changed too fast. Their opponents were too powerful. They missed out on learning. They missed out on changing. And thus, they lost the opportunity at hand to make it big. Because they refuse to change, they refuse to follow the generation, all right? Not only did they miss the opportunity to earn big money, they lost their chance of survival. No more, all right? The message of this story is, if you don't change, you shall be removed from the competition. All right? You don't change, you will be removed. Literally, you will just lost. I mean, it can be career, can be anything. Change means improve. Change to be better, don't change to be worse. Change to be worse is terrible. Change to be better. And I can sense that many people are afraid of changes. Takut akan perubahan. Terutamanya dalam norma baru ini, saya ketahui bahwa banyak gereja, kepimpinan, pastor-pastor, they don't want to change to move into more technology. Alright? Ada yang tidak mau bawa online service, etc., etc. Oh, they have their own reasons, not for me to judge, but suka tak suka, mau tak mau, the world is changing. You have to move along. All right. So I told my church, right? I said this. John 3:16 said, "For God so loved the world," and we are living in a generation should be for God so loved the cyber world also. All right. So you cannot neglect this. It's a need. Anyway, what I want to say is this change, right? You have to begin with the mindset. All right. So you see. A lot of people say, I can't do it. I can't have a life balance because I can't do this, I can't do that. Tidak boleh saya buat ni, but why can't we say I can do it? You see, success begins with mindset not skill set. A lot of things, people think, I can't do this because I don't know how to do it. But no, actually it starts with your mindset, not your skill set. When you have the right thinking, your action will be right. But when you have the wrong thinking, you will always cannot. All right, so successful, you look around the world, semua orang yang berjaya, right? How come the other person more successful than me? He can do 10 things, I can only do 2 things, pada masa yang sama. There must be a reason behind it. All right, so success begins with the mindset. So what we need to change first has to do with our mind. I like Kung Fu Panda. All right, Shifu say this, if you only do what you can do, you will never be better than what you are. Do you know that? That means if you only do, kamu hanya melakukan apa yang kamu bisa lakukan sekarang, itu saja, saya happy sudah. Kamu tidak akan menjadi lebih bagus lagi. You will not improve better. So that means you have to do more than what you can do now, including life balance. Sometimes when we talk about life balance, it is because we want to do less of something. Saya mau kurangkan ini of something, and because I just want to remove this, remove that, remove this. But is it important? If you remove something that is important, you cannot have balance. It's not the right thinking of balance. The right thinking of balance is all those important things yang penting dalam kehidupan kamu tidak boleh kamu neglect. Alright, tidak boleh kamu abaikan. Alright, so let me start with that. Everybody has to change. Anybody here, you want to be better than who you are right now? If you want, just wave your hands or give a thumbs up or give an emoji or peace or whatever or smile. Some of you are smiling all the time because of the picture. All right, so thank you for that. Don't give me a sad picture. All right, so today you give me a topic on live a balanced life. And what comes to your mind when we talk about a balanced life? Type in the chat box. What comes to your mind when you talk about a balanced life? All right. You know, honestly, whoever missed today, it's missed a lot. I mean, even as I prepared this, I thought, wow, this is amazing what God showed me, you know. So you are smart that you make time to join, all right? So I'm sure you will be blessed, really amazing. You will never see the way how you balance life, the way how I'm going to show it to you. Even I myself am learning, all right? Talk about balanced life, good time management, career ministry, life balance, life balance, balanced life, okay? Thanks, Anthony, for that, all right? So where the sneakers call what balance? What balance? Something like that. Juggling, Farida. What else? New Balance. That's right. My wife said New Balance. Okay. What comes to mind? Work. Juggling di antara kerja, personal life, family, pelayanan. Betul tidak? Gereja. Correct not? Activity in church, your friends, your K-drama, your, I don't know what else you have. Your oppa, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your dogs, your cats, your mouse. Like, you know, because of church, I got no time to spend with my dog, something like that. So how do you balance that? Now, how does a balanced life look like? These are the questions we ask, right? How does it look like, a life that is balanced? How many of you, really to be honest, you find it challenging, ada pergumulan, ada struggle to really manage your time and your life? Time is life. When I say manage time means manage your life. Anybody? Come on, anybody, all right? Can just emoji raise. Okay, we are here all normal people, all right? It's okay to be honest. All of us are anak-anak Tuhan. We have the same Father, God. So it's nothing to hide one. It's not a sin that you struggle to manage your time, all right? So just be honest. If you're honest tonight, you will get something good out of it. Now, you can act, you know, what happens when people struggle to live a balanced life? What usually they will neglect? Apakah perkara yang mereka abaikan biasanya apabila orang struggle untuk hidup satu balanced life, hidup yang seimbang tu? What would they? Their health, true. All right. What else do they usually would neglect in their all right, family, spiritual, yeah. What else? Skincare routine. Ooh, Joe, wow, cool. All right. Only comes from wanita. All right. An uncertain future, you neglect your uncertain future. That question answer what? Which question you're answering now? Health, all right, mostly health, responsibilities, all right? Nobody say wife. So, okay, anyway, so now you can actually, nowadays, right, you walk to any bookstore, if you don't want to buy, boleh masuk, Google. You can just Google how to balance your life. to be honest, you can Google so many things, motivational talks, this guru, that guru. Tetapi malam ini, sebagai seorang yang pengikut Yesus, I believe all of us follow Jesus, yang sejati, haruslah kita hidup berdasarkan kepada firman Tuhan, ya, bukan kata-kata atau ideologi manusia. And not all motivational speaker out there will teach you things that are kind of like tidak bercanggah dengan firman Tuhan. Banyak hal yang mereka ajar itu banyak yang bercanggah dengan firman Tuhan. I call it new age. Alright, no time to talk about new age, very long, but be very careful. So I will share some life applications as well for all of us tonight. Alright, now, how do I answer this question, live a balanced life? Let me begin with this phrase. What I want to show you today is the principles of original plan. Alright, prinsip plan asal, original plan. We need to understand apakah original desire, keinginan Tuhan. You have to think about, you have to understand first what is God's original plan, and from there, your life will be well. Alright. Now, of course, we know Adam telah hilang semua itu masa di Taman Eden dia berdosa. Kristus yang telah memulihkan segalanya kerana adanya salib. Right? So that's why we know that. Now, what I want to say is, if we really live in Christ, kita hidup dalam Kristus, we shouldn't be striving, we should be thriving. Can I repeat one more time for you? If you truly, betul-betul hidup dalam Kristus, in English we call it, you shouldn't be striving. What is striving in Indian? Bergumul, but you should be thriving. All right? So it's important for you to understand. All right? Now, for these principles of original plan, I got these 4 simple yet powerful principles for you to learn. All right? Now, when we say something good, how do you show? Like this, right? Everybody show me a thumbs up if it's good. Is the word of God good? Firman Tuhan bagus tidak? Bagus. Tuhan kita bagus? Bagus. Alright? Prinsip Tuhan bagus? Bagus. So the principles of original plan is good. Untuk kita tunjuk good, alright? What must you do with these 4 fingers? You have to close, right? You have to close, right? So I'm teaching you how to remember this, these 4 principles. In order for something to be good, you need to apply these 4 principles. All right, apply it. Hold it strong, apply it. All right, so these are the 4 principles. So the first principle, let me start with raising an issue, and then we answer using these 4 principles. All right, so the first issue is, anyone here have this problem? I have no time. Come on, jujur. Come on. Tell me in your chat box or whatever, or emoji, something like that. I have no time, all right? Siapa sini you wish you have lebih 24 jam satu hari? Okay. Yang lain tu, pendek lah, saya mau 12 jam cukup. Jangan. Okay. Tu mati cepat. So you want 24 hours. You want to have more than 24 hours. Everybody wish. Of course you don't have. So you say, I'm no time, very busy, no time, very busy, no time, very busy. You have this, right? Now, I want to say this, okay? I'm saying this with the intention of going to link to my first principle for you. People who keep on saying, I have no time, very busy, no time, very busy, that is, I call it a victim mentality. Satu mentality mangsa. All right, now, I'm not saying that about you. I'm trying to help you to come up from this victim mentality, all right, to go to the opposite, to become a victor, pemenang, all right? Now, when you say no time, it's actually a wrong use of a phrase. Because if you say no time means you are dead already, sudah mati masuk kubur. You should say make time. That means you make time, meluangkan masa untuk A, tapi tidak mau meluangkan masa untuk B. So when you say I got no time, it's basically you make a decision, I don't want to spend time for B, and the decision that you make is based on the principle of priority. What is important for you? Are you understand what I'm trying to say? You cannot say no time. When you say no time, what do you mean by no time? You cannot say no time like this. No time is like I'm telling you, no time, I got no time. No, it's just that I am busy with this thing, and as far as this thing is concerned, it's not my priority. not my importance things. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that is, if you talk like that, you're not a victim mentality. Victim mentality, I've got no time, busy. So hanya, all right, so setiap hari you make decisions. So how do you spend your time and use your time? You cannot say no time. So the first principle I'm going to teach you is the principle of rule, memerintah atau menguasai. Bukan ciptaan saya, it's all from the Bible. Let me show you the principle of original plan. Let me show you dari firman Tuhan. Maka Allah, ini dari Kejadian 1. Maka Allah menciptakan manusia itu menurut gambarnya. Menurut gambar Allah diciptakannya. Laki-laki perempuan diciptakan mereka. Allah memberkati mereka. God bless them when He created them. Lalu Allah berfirman kepada mereka, beranak cucu bertambah banyak, penuhilah bumi, taklukilah itu. Look at that. Berkuasalah. That word in English is rule. Atas ikan, laut, burung, udara, binatang yang merayap di bumi. Cuba bayangkan berapa banyaknya binatang tumbuhan yang harus dikuasai oleh Adam. You talk about busy. Do you know how many animals he has to take care? Like busy. Nobody can be more busy than Adam. Hello? Are you ruling the world? Are you ruling everything on earth? No, right? So you can't be saying, you cannot compare with Adam. He is the busiest ever in history of mankind. All right? Now, what I'm going to share with you now about this principle of rule, you catch it, it will change your life. Nobody teach me when I started working. But as I begin to learn, I work and I read the scripture, Tuhan mengajar saya dari firman Dia. And then I begin to apply this principle. Saya dapat melihat banyak keberhasilan dia, fruitfulness and the authority. All right, so I give one example to start with. All right, now when I became a pastor 2006 tahun 2006. 2010 I started a NGO. Some of you know Generasi Gemilang. You can Google it. All right, so kebajikan. And in just 3, that time I was pastoring full-time and start the NGO. How active is that NGO? It's very active. In 3 years, we grew to 20 more. And at the peak of the staff was about 40 over people. And like the budget is like lebih 4 juta setiap tahun, right? So it is actually salah satu NGO yang paling cepat bertumbuh di Malaysia. Actually, it's very fast. And so very strong partnership dengan corporates, dengan government, international partners. So basically, I was bivocational. You know what's bivocational? Doing 2 jobs. Masa saya ministry. Now, some of you know where I came from, a mega church. At that time, my responsibility is quite high. Kalau nak kira dari segi bilangan kan, dalam jagaan zone district saya semua tu at least about 1,000 people, from children all the way to adults is under my zone, certain group of adults lah. So, and of course people ask me many times, Pastor, how do you manage all this? How do you do it? I said the principle of rule, R-U-L-E, memerintah. Rule what? Okay, don't make me, don't misunderstand me. What do you mean rule? You want to be king? Understand this. Bukan maksud menjadi raja. When I say rule means, right, you set values, non-negotiables, principles that you apply in your life. All right? Follow me. All right? This one is very important. What kind of nilai-nilai, non-negotiable, you know it's non-negotiable, right? Tidak boleh negotiate. That means when I say A, I will not negotiate. No matter what you give me, I will stick to A. Saya tidak akan menjadi katak dan lompat pergi ke sebelah parti. I will not do that. That's called non-negotiable principle. All right. So principle is important now. As a believer, orang percaya, you got to base on the word of God, firman Tuhan, not the world set the principle for me. All right. For example, in my NGO. We have what we call as never compromise our values. So when I started, we put in values. If you know LIVES, lives. All right. So in my NGO, we set it our DNA. Love, L-O-V-E, love is important. Everything we do must out of love. It begins with each other for colleagues. Integrity, very, very serious. So I'm very serious on accountability, all this. Finance, money, everything. Value lives. Menghargai hidup yang lain. V. E for excellent. Everything we do, we have to ask ourselves, how must we be excellent? And S, servanthood. Melayani yang lain. And you know that if you come and visit my NGO, we are very, 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 very professional. It's like any corporate companies. If you don't say, Pastor, ini NGO, senang kerja, you cannot compare. No. You try and come and visit my NGO, you work there and see, then you understand what I'm talking about. All right, so it's very corporate, very high demand. We got KPIs. You have to achieve your goals and stuff like that, right? But what I said for the NGO also is that mesti ada masa devotion. Every week we have devotion time together. We have prayer meeting time together. Always ensure segala yang kita lakukan mesti adalah dari prinsip Alkitabiah. Mesti ada masa untuk pergi gereja. You may be busy because our work usually is weekends, hujung minggu a lot. And but we set a rule is that you have to go to your work, yes, in a weekend, because all my staff are Christians, by the way. I told them that you must have your Sabbath. No matter what, you must. Kalau Ahad kamu perlu pergi kerja, Sabtu pergi ikut ibadah raya. Sebab there are some churches in KL, they have Saturday service, right? So it's a must. All right, so, and now you got no even excuse. You can watch YouTube link after that. So then principles like we don't take money donation that from gambling, like Magnum Toto, we don't take. Alcohol company like Dinista, all those, we don't take money. I want to donate you money. No, thank you. These are all principles. We never bercanggah dengan firman Tuhan. Never go against it. Example, all right? So we always pray when we go to the community to serve. Pergi turun padang, kita berdoa di tempat itu. So you see, these are all we call values. And so my staff, I enforced a balanced life for them. Contoh off in lieu. You know what's off in lieu? If you don't know, very sad lah. If you don't know, that means you don't have off in lieu from your company. So we actually forced them to take off in lieu, like paksa, you know, like almost like that. They're so hardworking. I said, no, you must take. And then I've implemented something which is called personal retreat, where the company will give them like 400 ringgit every year, now increase a bit lah, to go for a personal silent retreat untuk menyegarkan dalam hadirat Tuhan. I will have them, give them guidance what they're supposed to do. The whole idea is you rejuvenate yourselves. You see, these are all very important values you set for your life. You rule how you live your life. So it's not driven by demands, not driven by activities. You busy doesn't mean you're productive. All right? So if you value, what you value most in life, one, if you value money the most, you will just keep chasing after money. You will always think you have not enough. Tidak cukup, tidak cukup. If you value branded things, you look at people have, you also want to have. You look at people got iPhone 12 Max Pro, you can only afford iPhone 12 mini, you go and buy iPhone 12 Max Pro. But you can't afford. Just yesterday came out the news, government, Ministry of Finance, 47% of Malaysia youth, 47% of Malaysia youth have very high credit card debts, hutang. 47%. Youth means below 40. 47% is very high. Maybe some of you are here. You have very high hutang credit card. Why? You ask yourself. So when you are like that, you have to keep chasing money. You have no life balance because your value tells you that you have said, I live for money. So what are your non-negotiable? You got to ask yourself. What are your principles in your life? All right. So, and talking about ruling now, when you are really ruling, these two things will happen. Catch this too. All right. We are still in kejadian there. When you're really ruling, number one, a good ruler never neglects. Tidak kamu abaikan. Now, I'm not saying that you don't say no. You must learn to say no. You cannot say everything yes. Mati loh. You must learn to say no. But this no thing, I will talk about it later. But I'm talking about now, a good ruler, seorang yang memerintah, that is good. A good king will never neglect important things for his nation. All right, seorang pemerintah, that's why in English, the word ruler also means pembaris. You know that, right? When you use a ruler pembaris, you draw a line from a pembaris, you expect the line to be straight, betul tidak? You don't draw a line and then crooked punya, just ruler salah, sudahlah, buanglah, beli baru. So, And same thing for a leader of a country. In specific, you know what I'm talking about. You are neglecting. You pay more attention to certain groups of people than the others. Cakap tak surba bikin, double standard, whatever you call it. So when you are a good ruler, you never neglect. Now, let me come back to you now personally. Whatever is your responsibility, pertanggungjawab kamu, you give attention and time. You don't neglect. You have to. Okay, start with this verse. All right. Now, before you disagree with me, you have to look at all four principles only, then you see it all come together. All right. You make time for everything that is important to God, if you value God. What you value most, your family, you make time. Your work, you make time. Your church, you make time. Whatever is for you is value. You value most. What you value most in life will determine how you spend your time. All right? If you value God, you value what He loves. God loves the church. You can't say, I don't like the church. Then you can't say that you value God. Hello? Are you following me on this? You can't tell me, I mean, seriously, you think about it, all right? So, but without overstretching yourself on something, you must have enough capacity for each, which I will address it later. Huh? So I will talk about it later. So when you rule, you don't neglect. If you tend to find yourself neglecting something else, means you are not a good ruler already, all right? So you need to make some changes, which that's why you're here today. Number two, when you are really ruling, this is what happened. If we are made in the image of God, kita dicipta oleh gambar Tuhan, means we are to reflect His orderliness, keteraturan dia, His efficiency. Do you realize that He allocated time to create setiap perkara dalam dunia ini? 6 days He create. First day He create what? Second day what? Third day what? You tidak lihat Tuhan, kelam kabut. Ayo, you so stressed. What to create? You never see God like that. Did you realize that? And God can do it just in one day. Boom. Can He do that? Can He do that? Come on, He's God, right? He can. But why did He do that? It's for us. You got to understand that He could have created everything all in one day. But you notice, you just observe, you read Genesis, day one. And He didn't create Adam first. Can you imagine He create Adam, pam, manusia keluar. Gelap lah Tuhan. I mean, like, seriously. Kuman apa? Makai apa Tuhan? Like, serious. So, God, He is such a master planner. He knows everything created sequence by sequence is like that. It's like you go to shopping supermarket. You want to buy sayur-sayur. What must you get first? A basket. You don't buy sayur-sayur. Ayo, nadai basket. Apa yang harus saya pergi buat? Pergi cari basket. Same thing like God. Everything there's order. And how come we don't reflect God? If we are created in the image of God. See? Because we are not ruling. But God says, I've made you to rule. All right? So it's for us to learn about balance. All right? There is time for everything. Day one, what is that? Day two, what is that? Day three, what is that? It's not all at the same time, but you make time, you plan time for everything. And you realize or not, how do I know that there's time involved there? When God says, setiap hari dia sudah habis, cipta, dia kata, and there is evening, and there is morning. Ada PM, then AM. Hari kedua, cipta-cipta, ada PM, ada AM. AM, PM tells you it's time. So God is trying to tell us there's time for every single thing in our lives that we can allocate. The problem is we don't plan our time properly. You're not reflecting God. So, including time for God. Now, actually Christians is quite a makhluk yang sangat pelik. I tell you why. We expect God to bless us all the time. Yes. Anybody here, you want God bless you all the time? Some of you know, Pastor. Sometimes, yeah, gila kau. All right, so, but are we willing to give God our time, our talent, our treasures? When God don't bless us, itu salah Tuhan. So, you see, when you rule, I'm going to say this in English, if you don't plan your time, other people will plan for you. So plan means, right, you are ruling your time based on values that you set. What values? Values, principles, non-negotiables. What in your life you don't negotiate one? That means, right, if that thing you don't negotiate, right, if something else akan bercanggah dari segi masa, you will not go for B, you will stick to A. You understand what I'm saying? If you're telling me, Pastor, I got no time to read the Bible, but you got time for your Facebook, that means your Facebook is important, more important than this holy book. So you have made your decisions. It's your decision. I can't force it to you. All right? It's your life to rule. You are mature enough. Nobody here is a kid. Semua orang sudah dewasa. You decide what is your non-negotiable. What is your values in your life? What is your principles? If you don't have these three things set in your life, right? Everything else just kalam kabut, whatever also can. This one take my time, that one take my time. I don't know how to decide. That's why you're so confused how to balance your life. You say yes and no berdasarkan kepada values, non-negotiable, principle. That's how you decide what is yes, what is no. That's how God knows. First day, I create what? I won't create Adam first. First day 2 what? Day 3 what? Day 4 what? Every day have something for God to work on. In fact, by the way, in case you don't know, the Bible begins with work. Kerja. Tuhan yang kerja. Jangan malas kau. Alright, anyway, you set priorities. You set aside time for each thing. Let me ask you one question. Is God important to you? If you say no lah, then you become an atheist. Seriously. If you say yes, do you make time for him? No, Pastor. Then you got no integrity. You say one thing, you do another thing. Sama dengan kita punya leader. I mean, seriously, you have to, like, this is what important for me, I'll give time for it. Is your family important for you? Make time. Your work, of course. Is your oppa important for you? I mean, it's okay. It's okay. He said, yes, Pastor, make time for your oppa. Like, every day, just take his picture out and just, like, enjoy, look at him, something like that. Like, you know? So I'm saying, like, is your Facebook important for you? Is your IG important for you? Now, I'm not saying these are not important. For some people, it's important. Again, I come back. What is your value? What is your non-negotiable? What are your principles? I'm not telling you to do something. I am suggesting to you right now, come back to your life and try to put on the drawing board, what is my values? What are my principles? What are my non-negotiables? Put it all. It's your ruler, pembaris kamu. Itu kamu punya pembaris, everything else cannot fit the pembaris, you have to go. All right? That's how you actually, that's why Matthew 6 says, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. All right, now, do you notice something? God has time for everything important when he worked. Tuhan ada masa untuk segala yang penting, masa dia bekerja. Kejadian 1 itu Tuhan bekerja. Tuhan tidak pernah membazirkan masa. Tunjuk saya mana kejadian 1 Tuhan bazir masa gak ada. Hello? So are you a ruler of your time that God has given to you? Tuhan telah percayakan masa untuk kita. Kamu masih hidup, dia ada masa. Alright? Are you ruling it? Now, let me quickly show you one correct before I go to the next one. Have you seen this before, by the way? I teach this in my church in a topic called spiritual discipline. It's a quadrant on decide what is urgent, important. Alright? So, if you urgent, important, you know what's urgent, what important? You do it now. Like kalau stomach ache, what do? Don't watch Korean drama, go to the toilet. Alright, so, and like urgent and important. Okay, so you know lah what is urgent, important, excuse me. Alright, if you don't know, oh yeah, I can't help you lah. So and what is important but not urgent. What schedule roster? Contoh assignment. Your assignment is important, no, but not urgent mah. But we make it urgent because last minute. Semua senyum-senyum tahulah. Berdosa sudah itu, bertobat kau. You see, because you last minute itu becomes urgent, then you become so stressed. You know, I got no time for church lah, I'm busy lah, no life balance lah. Whose fault? It's your own fault because you spend all the time with K-drama and then you put your last minute assignment, then pastors punya salah. Come on, fair or not? You know, so please check, do you schedule your time for assignment or not? If you are a student here. All right, so seek help. Or, urgent, tapi not important one. For example, your Facebook can be urgent. Maybe got important, no? Some people, their Facebook is urgent one, no? Or, what else is urgent? Sometimes urgent, not important. In fact, most of the urgent things that come from people, hey, urgent, do this for me, but it's not important for you. It's important for the person, right? You schedule, you say, now I teach you how to say no. When people come to you and give you something to do, can you do this for me? Can be a pastor, can be a leader, can be your colleague. All right, do this for me. And then, but you are busy with something, and so, but you if you say no, tak suka, then you can say, can I do this later? Let me finish this first. Why? Because this thing I'm doing is more urgent than this thing you give me, which is important for you, but not very important for me. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? All right? Because everybody would think their thing is more important and more urgent. Betul tidak? Betul tidak? Okay? Yes, you but not so head. The rest of you, no picture, nothing, no emoji. I don't know whether you're listening or sudah tidur. Okay? That's the disadvantage of Zoom. Now, so what happened is you schedule it. You say, can I do this later? When do you need it? Can you give me some time? Because I need to get this out. Now, let's say your boss come to you. Do this. Then you ask, boss, this is something you also need urgent. Which one is more urgent? If boss said this is more urgent, then okay, so that means I have to reschedule my submission for this. If you want me to do B now, A kena reschedule, postpone itu date of submission. Boleh kah? Have that conversation with your boss. All right? Then your boss say, oh, no, A is more urgent. Okay, boss. So A first, I submit. B, can I submit like at this later? When do you need it, boss? Like really the best time you can give me. Oh, 2 more weeks later. Okay, boss, 2 weeks later, I will submit this for you. You see, you have this, you don't straight away, no. You have to have that conversation, all right, with your boss. Now, and then I practice it in my NGO, by the way, it works very well. All right, so and then if it's not urgent, not important, why are you doing it? Masuk tong sampah lah. Macam Facebook kau tu, tong sampah terus masuk. Kalau kamu bukan cari bisnes di Facebook, ada orang cari bisnes di IG sekarang. I just saw a news, somebody started an IG, sell, tolong kamu jual barang-barang dari ex kamu. Like kalau ex kamu kasih kamu 1 jam tangan, you mau jual sebab sakit hati, right? So you can sell it to that. And anyway, so good business are not bad. Alright. Kedai untuk X. Now, this quadrant is very helpful. I have taught a lot of people how to use it. When you take this, so what you do is that you take a piece of paper, you write this quadrant out, you put it in a pocket. So when you have to decide on something, okay, how I take this out? Okay, I think this one fit into quadrant number 3 on top there. Okay, good. So you go and schedule it. You understand what I'm saying? All right. If you do not practice the 3rd quadrant, the schedule quadrant secara regular, that's why you have no life balance. It all begins with how do you plan your time, like God did. If God did, why don't we do it? Kalau dicipta oleh digambar Tuhan. That is the original plan of God. All right. First thing, you rule your time. Okay, then so that means, pastor, I can say no to my pastor when pastor asks me to do things right. Well, yes. How? Come back to your, don't forget, Don't simply quote me. Nanti kamu pastor bilang, ini Pastor Daniel ajar salah guys. Semua jemaat tidak mau melayani di gereja. Hello, excuse me. You have to come back to this. What are your values? What are your non-negotiables? What are your principles? If you say that I have no time to serve in the church, I say no to my pastor, that means church is not even in your values and your principles. It's not for me to teach you that, It's your pastor supposed to teach you that, If you ask me to teach you that, of course, I'm telling you, church should be part of sit there. But how much time, pastor, to give the church? We talk about it later, all right? In my next point. Are you understanding me so far? This slide is your key. You don't get this right, you cannot begin with your life balance. If God has balance, how can we not have balance? Something is not right, all right? Now, the second principle begins with this problem. I don't have enough, tak cukup saya. I can't do this, tak boleh buat ini. Saya tidak pandai buat ini. I don't have this, I don't have that, I cannot do this. I mean, how many of you can relate to that? Come on. How many of you can relate to that? I don't have enough time, I can't do this, I don't have enough resources, tidak ada cukup wang, tidak boleh saya buat ini, tidak boleh saya buat itu. Yes, that's why you got no life balance, that's why you can't do this and do that right now. Let me just give you the next. So first one is rule, second R is resourced. You notice that, okay, BM is engkau telah dibekalkan, resource, I think correct lah my translation. You have been resourced. Let me show you the scripture, all right? Here we go. Masih lagi di Kejadian, say original plan. Engkau telah dibekalkan dengan sumber. Alright, now Kejadian 29 ayat 1 berfirmanlah Allah, lihatlah aku memberikan, underline there if you have Bible there, kepadamu segala, look at the word segala, tumbuh-tumbuhan, seluruh bumi, look at the superlative, seluruh bumi, segala pohon-pohon. Ayat 30, tetapi kepada segala binatang di bumi dan segala burung di udara, segala merat di bumi yang bernyawa, ku berikan segala tumbuh-tumbuhan. God has given man segala. God has given us everything. In other words, you begin with resource. You have to understand, okay, mindset, Success begins with mindset, not skill set. You have to change your mind that you don't start by insufficiency. Tidak. Give us insufficient in BM. Nada ya, okay? You start with resolved. Now, let me just give you one example here. All right, siapa punya microphone sudah tutup kah? All right, so now, let me ask you this. Is this half full or half empty? Setengah penuh kah? Setengah dia kosong?
Half empty.
Half empty. Anyone else? You look at this as half empty, right? But why can't you look at it as half full? It begins all with your mindset. You see, you work and you serve from sufficiency. Sufficiency means, can you help me translate? Not emptiness. Sebab Tuhan telah resource kita. He gave it to us already. When you change your mindset, I don't begin with kosong. Saya mula dari sudah ada. What? God has given me many things. You look at what I already have that God has given me. I start from there. If you start from emptiness, let me show you, listen to me. Orang yang mula dari kosong, everything, I don't have this, I don't have that, right? You will always strive. And you never think you have enough. But when you start from enough, cukup, sufficient, you will not strive. Are you trying to understand what I'm trying to do? That's why Bible says what here is, Allahku akan memenuhi segala keperluanmu menurut kekayaan dan kemuliaannya dalam Kristus. In other words, God will meet all your needs, not once. You need a smartphone, true. You don't need iPhone 12 Max Pro. That is once. So you say, no life balance. Why? Because you work 9 to 5, then you go and drive Grab, just because you want to buy iPhone 12 Max Pro. No wonder you got no life balance. Again, come back to your rule, values, non-negotiables, principles. You start with that. All right? So when you start from, I have enough because of what God has already given to me, you start from there, you will not strive, crazy. You will not have that kind of mentality. You never see Adam complain to God, God, you're crazy. You want me to take care of the whole entire planet Earth? I mean, like, not that Adam knows how to do not that Eve knows how to do anything, but like, by the way, masa Tuhan perintahkan Adam, right? All right, he only said man, he commanded Adam. Look at it carefully, go back and read, all right? So, isteri senang lah goyang kaki. All right, so anyway, I want to say is that you need to understand this first. If you don't get it right, you will always be not enough. You will strive. You will not have balance. Start with God has resourced you. When you know you have been resourced by God, you will never work from a lack, kekurangan punya mentality, tapi you will work from a sufficiency, enough, kecukupan. Therefore, you always know that everything belongs to God. God has given you everything. So you will never have problem to give. All those orang yang struggle bergumul untuk memberi, you will always have, you actually will never have enough. You start from a not enough thinking. You strive. But when you start from enough mindset, remember mindset, you will not have problem to give. A balanced life also means freely you receive, freely you give. Your talent, your time, your treasure kewangan kamu. All right? So let me just tell you this mindset about this resource. Sufficiency versus suffering. If you don't start with sufficiency, kecukupan, you will always have that suffering. I'm suffering doing this, I'm suffering that. That's why you're forever suffering. When you have this suffering mentality, kamu punya jiwa sangat gersang, very dry. You will not have restedness. Tidak cukup kamu berehat. All right? So, and then creativity versus complacency. Okay, follow me. What I'm trying to say is, creativity basically means that God is creative. You look at the world, how can you say not creative? Kita dicipta gambar Tuhan. Kita sepatutnya creative. Actually, all of you are creative. But why are we not creative like creative? Because of sikap complacency, which is kemalasan. You're complacent. You don't want to think more than what you are, what you can do already. Creativity, we are not talking about music. We're not talking about, wah, boleh berlakon, boleh menari, boleh menyanyi, boleh buat macam-macam auto creative, or go to American Got Talent kind of a thing. I'm not talking about that only. I'm talking about creativity means, right, you are constantly getting things better. Ada improvement, adanya next level, adanya growth, adanya next step. It's like if you can type a letter in 15 minutes, 1 hour. So your creativity must come like, how can I type this letter next time in just 15 minutes? So your creativity comes. So, but why you cannot be creative? Because of the spirit of complacency. I can type a letter already, what? Okay, leave it, I will just type it. But you don't think of how can I do it better. So you will always spend 1 hour doing that letter. You will never spend shorter time to do the same letter. But if you can get shorter time to do the same work, produce the same results, that is called creativity. Then you will, in a way, save more time, in a way. Then you can do more things. Am I making sense to you? Hello? Is that because we are so lazy, I want to go next step. Relax lah, asalkan saya cukup makan, guys, makan pagi, cukup lah, kenapa saya mau next step? No, you cannot stay. Why? Because God not like that. God works for 6 days, Hello, we all only want to work for 1 day. Malas kita tu. Hello? Betul tidak? How many days God work? 6 days, We work 2 days also, we complain already. Now we want 5 days work, don't want 6 days work. You see? So, do not settle for mediocre. When you face pressures, tekanan dari tempat kerja, don't say I want to quit. People who say I want to quit already, you are not a ruler, you're a loser. You must know how to endure that hardship and then come back to my rule again. Values, principles, non-negotiables. One of your values or your non-negotiable should be always follow God's punya instruction. When God say stay, you stay. God say move, you move. You don't move because I cannot tahan already. All right? So our thinking determines our living. What you think you're stupid, you're stupid. Seriously. All right? So can I say, very important, start from sufficiency, change your mindset, and then always constantly think of how to do better. All right? Now the third principle has to do with rest. Okay, sorry, go first. You say, I'm tired. I am stressed. Okay, now I'm going to ask you, very honest. How many of you really have this in your life? Like, I'm tired, I'm so stressed, I'm tired, right? Really, to be honest, really. Yes? No? Okay, wow, the rest of you, very good. Praise the Lord. Okay. Oh, some of you with no video, no response, you're already resting. You're not tired, right? So now, listen. If you are physical, secara physical kamu letih, you can sleep and you'll be fine. This is, I mean, not me say, even doctors also tell you, you tired, sleep lah. Okay, all right. Why you want to still watch your K-drama? Just sleep. Tired. But kalau kamu punya jiwa itu letih lesu, you cannot sleep that away. It's your jiwa, your soul, your emotions, right? And that's why Jesus said what? Come to me, datang kepadaku dan aku akan memberi kamu rehat, right? I will give you rest for your jiwa. He didn't say, I will give you rest, full stop. No, he said, I will give you rest for your soul. See, your soul, when you go through tiredness and stress, I call it soul fatigue. That's where people get mental health issue. All right? What is the solution to it? Go back to the original plan. Now, my third principle will just change you forever, all right? Listen to this. It's the issue of rest. Wow, so easy, Pastor, change me forever. No, follow me, all right? Follow me. I thought I also know rest. No, follow me, all right? It has to do with Sabbath. I know, Pastor. My pastor keep telling me, go to church on Sunday, Sabbath. All right, follow me. Let me explain to you. It will change you. Listen, all right? Hari berapa Tuhan cipta manusia? Pada hari berapa tu? Tunjuk saya jari lah kalau malas mau cakap. Atau type. Hari ke-6. Alright? Kalau cakap hari ke-5, habis kau. Alright, so dari kultus tu count. On the 7th day, hari ke-7, what happened? Alright, we know that, right? Now follow me. I will change your mind, life. Kejadian 2 Kata, ketika Allah pada hari ke-7 telah menyelesaikan pekerjaan yang dibuatnya itu, berhentilah ia pada hari ke-7 dari segala pekerjaan yang telah dibuatnya itu. Right? So, pay attention to this. Dia selesai pekerjaan dibuat, so God worked. He stopped working on the 7th day dari segala pekerjaan telah dibuat itu. Do you realize something here? Look at this. Dia tidak berkata, dia berhenti bekerja pada hari ke-7 kerana dia letih. Mau rehat. God never stopped working because he was tired. Are you following me? God stopped working because he established the 7th day principle. Hari ke-7 punya prinsip, ayat ke-3. Lalu Allah memberkati hari ke-7 dan menguduskan, hari itulah berhenti dari segala pekerjaan penciptaan telah dibuatnya. Dia tidak berhenti kerana dia letih. Now look at that. Allah memberkati hari ke-7 dan menguduskan. Now, how many of you want God to bless you? Just wave your hands. Come on. Seriously, you want God to bless you one more time. Just wave, God bless me please. Alright, so easy. I give you satu kunci yang paling senang. Masuk ke dalam hari ke-7 Tuhan. Sebab dia telah memberkati hari ke-7 dan kudus hari ke-7, you just go in. It's like that. I have this water here. Dalam water itu is called blessing. Saya mau blessing. I don't have. I just go inside the water lah. I'm blessed. Are you understanding what I'm trying to tell you? It's such a simple principle, we just don't know how to apply it, right? So that's why our seventh day is so important. Don't say, why do I need to go to church on don't even go there. If you go there, right, you don't understand the original plan of God. All right? Now, haven't finished. I'm going to change. All right? Now, listen. Remember in Kejadian 1 ayat 31, itu ayat terakhir. Maka Allah melihat segala dijadikannya sungguh amat baik. Jadilah petang, evening. Jadilah pagi. Itulah hari ke-6. What does it tell me? It tells me that pada hari ke-6, selepas Tuhan ciptakan manusia, di sana dia sudah ciptakan manusia dan dia memberi manusia itu perintah. Okey, sekarang kau semua ini binatang tadi itu ayat yang saya baca awal tadi ya. Everything is yours, you rule, setelah habis begitu beranak cucu, bertambah banyak, bla bla bla. Then the Bible says what? Petang, pagi, maksudnya hari yang seterusnya, hari ke-7. Maksudnya Adam dan Hawa dicipta sudah, mereka hanya duduk bersama dengan Tuhan, relax sana, Tuhan kasih ceramah. Anak cucu, berapa banyak? Banyak. Okey, dia duduk relax, tak perlu kerja apa. Relax saja duduk. Sudah dengar habis. What is the first day of Adam and Eve started? Adam and Eve start their first day of life not working but resting. Sebab hari ke-7. What I'm saying is that, listen, you don't start your life by thinking, saya kerja Isnin sampai Sabtu. I look forward for my Sunday. I can rest really. No. You don't start with that. You start by Sunday. My life, my Sabbath, my rest dalam Tuhan. Supaya saya di-chargekan macam bateri. Kena charge sudah. Ui, saya punya minggu luar biasa. Change your mindset. You start your life with God. Your 6 days akan penuh keberhasilan. You don't look at, Ahad is my rest lah. I just look, stay. There is a victim, mangsa punya mentality. God make man, did not tell them now, start working No, he rest first. Said, wow, do you like that? I mean like, God never straight away, Adam, kerja. Tidak. Dia tidak terus kasih kerja, kasih Adam. The first thing he declared, rehat. And that rehat doesn't mean like rehat do nothing, but rehat really you rest. See, God wanted man to know this principle is that fruitfulness begins with our restedness in Him. Keberhasilan mula daripada, what is restedness? Whatever. Ketenangan. Restedness in Him. How will your week be fruitful? You must begin with rested. That is why I show you this picture. Why? Because masih ingat Mazmur, the Lord is my shepherd, gembala baik aku. I lack nothing. Tidak saya ada apa-apa kekurangan. I start from not emptiness, but what? Sufficient, kecukupan. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet air yang tenang. He refreshes. Wow, kesegaran jiwa aku. Just start with that. You start with that mindset, you have a fruitful week. You will not feel, I'm so tired. See? Just enter into the Sabbath day. Now, that is why, listen, a Jewish, they celebrate Sabbath on Saturday, by the way. This is the actual Jewish calendar, right? Saturday, and then Sunday, they are. So you realize one thing that, look, the Jewish people look at Sabbath, right? It's a very different way how we look at Sabbath. We don't understand. We understand Sabbath from a Western mindset. Oh, Sunday is a rest day. Right, as in rest from kerja. Saya cuti dari kerja. No, not like that. I mean, some of you kerja Sunday lah. What I'm saying, you Sunday has hari cuti kamu lah. Alright? So, you will find it difficult to balance your life when you strive every day. Didn't I say just now? Tuhan tidak rehat pada hari ke-7 kerana dia letih. Dia rehat kerana dia sudah habis kerja itu minggu, dia rehat. But you notice something? Okay, listen, this one will change you. Yesus berkata di Yohanes, Bapa aku sentiasa bekerja. He is always working. I thought already stopped working hari ke-7. What do you mean by God? You have to go and listen to another teaching in my channel, YouTube channel called Life of Dan. I taught on something called I am glad that God never stopped working. Now, that is quite powerful understanding. All right, go and read that and watch that. Another one in SIBLife channel is called The Unshakable Life at Work. I taught it in one of our life group where the church life group meetings all together. The Unshakable Life at Work. That means hidup yang tidak tergoncang di tempat kerja kamu. When you get that understanding, it's powerful. Because today it's called life balance, not work. That one some other time. You can go and watch it, by the way. All right? So when you change this mindset, you will not see Sunday as like, why don't you go to church? But you will look at it as honor God. Masuk dalam berkat Tuhan. All right? So that will give you hikmat, kebijaksanaan, kekuatan untuk 6 hari kamu. You have balance. Now, I started with first principle is rule. In rule, you must know your values. You must know what principles. You must know your non-negotiables, and then you can do your quadrant decision. How to decide urgent, important. Number 2 is resource. You don't start with the mindset, don't have kosong. You start with enough. All right? Number 3, because if you start with empty, you will strive. You start with enough, you will not strive. You strive, you've got no balance. Number 3 is rest. Change your mindset. Sunday is not, I rest from work, tired. No, Sunday is you start your week. The rest of 6 days is different already. The last one is responsibility. Okay, then only I come to this fourth thing. What do you mean by that, Pastor? Everything that in our lives, you must put that under something called tanggung jawab. Your family, your work, your church, your whatever not, your house. All right? Now, let me show it to you. Still Kejadian, original plan. Tuhan telah mengambil manusia itu menempatkan dalam Taman Eden untuk mengusahakan, to work it. God didn't create Eden, kemudian put Adam masuk ke dalam Eden, Adam, tujuan saya cipta kamu adalah supaya kau lepak setiap hari di Taman Eden. Relax je, play games. How nice, right? No. Now, let me ask you something. Tuhan ciptakan segalanya. Betul tidak? Of course, you say no, you are in the wrong place. All right, so if God created, God has a power to create everything. Kau bilang Tuhan tiada kuasa kah untuk sustain everything, tidak perlu bekerja? Yes? You mean God needs workers to work what He's created when He can just create like, terjadilah. He said, berfirman, terjadilah. Terjadilah. He cipta dengan cakap saja, tak perlu pakai tangan pun. And here you are, He actually made man to work. He can just sustain the world without any workers. He could just call angels, malaikat. Dah, kerja itu. Kasih tanam tu padi di situ, si Gabriel. Okay, so of course, you see, my point is this. Listen. Tuhan memberi Adam tanggung jawab. It's called responsibility. Kalau tidak, Adam menjadi tak guna. Useless. God is creative. He created man in His image. He put creativity. Creativity tidak boleh keluar kalau kita tidak kerja, kita lepak, complacent, malas. You have to work. So Adam was meant to bring out his creativity in the creation where he's supposed to rule. Alright? So when you see your job, apabila kita melihat kerja kita, gereja kita, family kita, sebagai kerja, you will stress out. But if you look at this, responsibility dari Tuhan, you find strength. Why? Because at the end of the day, sama ada tempat kerja, family, church, everything, you're answering to your boss up there. Sebab itu, Kolose cakap, everything you do, that is the context of tempat kerja, you are doing for Jesus. Kolose, you read that, right? It is God's will for us to work. Work is worship. Sebelum Adam jatuh, manusia dicipta untuk bekerja. Alright, by the way, kemalasan is a sin. Alright, but I want you to understand this, that The word here, okay, I teach this to some of you, but you watch, but I'm going to just quickly give it to you so that you understand this, all right? Okay, look at this. Ini mengusahakan, look at that, mengusahakan. But I want to show another verse. Keluaran 3. Tuhan berfirman, bukankah aku menyertai engkau, cakap dengan Musa, di tanah bagimu, bahwa aku mengutus engkau, apabila engkau telah membawa bangsa Israel keluar dari Mesir, maka kamu akan beribadah kepada Allah di gunung ini. So, Musa diperintah untuk pimpin bangsa Israel keluar dari Mesir, bukan supaya mereka bebas, freedom. Do what? No lah, freedom lah. I can do anything I like. No. True freedom is not to free to do anything you like. All right? True freedom is free to do, what was the thing I said? Never mind. I forget already. Okay? Come back to this. So God want Musa save the nation Israel and to beribadah. Okay? Underline that word. Let me give you one more verse. Tetapi kamu harus beribadah kepada Tuhan Allahmu, maka ia akan memberkati. God will bless your roti, your air, menjauhkan kamu dari penyakit, penyakit, alright? So, have you ever thought about why is this COVID? Wow. Think about it. How many people actually neglect God? Think about it. Hello? All right? You see? Now, Pastor, why are you showing me this? You ask me. Okay, listen. Tadi saya bilang apa tu? Tuhan bilang, usahakan. Beribadah. We use the word worship, my music. Beribadah. Janji firman. You beribadah, I will bless you with what you eat. That means segala keperluan kamu dan menjaga kamu. All these 3 words. Mengusahakan, beribadah here, dan beribadah here, perkataan yang sama dalam bahasa Ibrani, abad. Same word. That means, what is abad by the way? Abad maksudnya bekerja, melayani sebagai hamba, melayani tugasan Lewi di bait Allah. So, what it means that when God told Adam, abad tempat Taman Eden ini. The word is beribadah, we use today worship. Abad. It means that before music was invented, worship was no music one. It's just work. Tak ada rebina. Don't even think about that. You didn't see Adam and Eve pergi. Like seriously, if you cannot worship God through your work, don't worship God in the church with your rebina, with your music, with your drums, with whatever. You're following me on this? So when you look at your work, your job as a worship, it's different already now. You look at like abad, work, kerja, abad, in a church, you serve God. You cannot say, no. But then, I got no time. Look, I will explain to you how do you do that shortly, all right? So, you got to understand that, all right? So, this is important for you to balance it. Abad is so important sehingga dia menjadi tujuan manusia dicipta dan tujuan manusia menyelamatkan bangsa Israel daripada that whole incident of saving Israelite from Egypt adalah gambar kepada kita yang Tuhan Yesus selamatkan kita dari dosa. The reason God made man, the reason God saved man is to abad. Ooh. Now you understand? When you understand this, you don't look at tak ada masa untuk ini, tak ada masa untuk itu. You begin to come back again. All 4 important. Rule, resource, rest, responsibility, not in sequence or what, but it's all 4 as important. When you understand this, right, you will know how to actually rule your time with the responsibility God given to you. Alright? So kerja itu bukan satu kutuk. God ordained, sudah dikuduskan oleh Tuhan untuk bekerja. Alright? Understand that. So you return to God's original plan. Now, let me finish with this and then I will take you to a text to explain how do you then balance your responsibility. Alright? You want to miss this? Follow me. responsibility comes with accountability. You cannot have no accountability. Maksudnya kita harus accountable kepada Tuhan apabila Tuhan percayakan kepada kita masa. What do you mean? Tuhan, kamu bernafas sekarang, kamu hidup, masalah, you are living in time, God give you time, you belum mati bah. So God give us the time to live. You have to account back to God, you see. Now, kita lihat Bible. This one, you must, this is the last part, right? And then I'll finish, and then we will answer questions. Masih hidup semua? Kalau masih hidup, kasih thumbs up sikit. Matius 25. Please, you have to turn to your Bible, all right? Trust me, this will change you, all right? This will answer the question, Pastor. Kalau saya sibuk kerja, boleh macam mana saya melayani, macam mana saya family ini, macam mana ini, tak ada masa untuk ini. I will answer this question now using Matthew 25. Okay, look at Matthew 25. All right? Leo, cháu tengok ke? Okay, never mind. Let me tell you what I was saying just now. While you're turning to Matthew 25, let me tell you. What was it I was trying to say just now? True freedom is not free to do all we like. True freedom is free to do all that brings life. Very different. True freedom, kebebasan yang benar itu bukannya I free to do all I like. No. True freedom is you are free to do all that brings life. That's why BM life. Anyway, so Matthew 25. Follow me this. Everybody read this before. Familiar text. Itu talenta punya perumpamaan. But I'm going to change your thinking on this. All right, follow me. In fact, after this, you will have a very good understanding, like a summary of the whole thing about balance already. All right, here we go. You know the story, okay? We don't go in detail, but let me just read. Kita tahu itu master itu apa nama dia? Itu tuan, dia mau pergi journey yang jauh, dia kasih 3 orang hamba dia, satu talenta, yang dua talenta, yang tiga talenta, 5 talenta. Orang betul, right? You know the story, right? You always hear your pastor preach this. Melayani Tuhan dengan talenta kamu, betul? Betul? I will give you a new mindset on this. All right. So, Pastor tak berani ke? Bagus tu. No. Follow me. All right. So now kita tahu yang 3 orang, 5 talenta dia pergi invest, hasil 5. 2 talenta dia pergi invest, hasil 2. Tak ada masa baca semua. Okay, I'll just explain to you. 1 talenta dia kasih tanam dia. All right. You know the story right now. I want you to look at this. Ayat 19. Verse 19. It says here, my Bible, English, after a long time. In BM version is what? Can you help me type in the chat box? After a long time, the master, tuan dia kembali, return and settle what we call accounts or accountability. All right? When God gives response, lama sesudah, lama that means there's a time period, ada masa sudah terjadi, there's a time, masa. Now listen, this whole text is about responsibility and accountability. So the master kasih responsibility 125. When he comes back, he wants them to account to him. So the one key verse is 19 there. After some time, he came back. Now, of course, we know what happens. He saw all these people, and then the one talent, what did he say that? Okay, by the way, he says this what? Can you look at Verse 21, his master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. He said, well done, good and faithful servant. You look at that, Can you underline it? I will explain to you later, all right? Then after that, 2, 5 saying, but the one, look at the one. Look at, incidentally, I tell you a secret. I just went to order a glass, my lens had to be bifocal because I just cannot read like this anymore. Like, I cannot escape. It's a sign of old age. Anyway, so I have to read like this. You know, waiting for my classes. Okay, welcome to my club. All right, so anyway. Ayat 24. Then the man who had received the 1 talent came to the master. He said, I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown, gathering where you have not sown, afraid you and went out and hid your talent. See, here I have belonged, give it back to you. Master say what? You wicked, jahat, if I'm not wrong, BM. Lazy, malas kau. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown, gathered where I have not scattered. Ayat 27. Well then, you should have put my money on deposit with the bank at least lah, oi. So that I return, I would have received something lor. Then 28. Take the talent from him and give it to the one with the 10. For everyone has will give more, who has abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. 30. And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Wow, you know how serious? We don't read this carefully. It means that when God gives us tanggungjawab, we do not have an accountability attitude. We will be like, wang dia pergi, satu talenta saja, saya tidak hilang itu talenta. Nah, you kasih saya satu, saya kasih balik lah. Why you want to throw me out like mati oi, api oi? Gila. That's how serious that God, when it comes to accountability. All right, now look at this. Okay, I'm going to change you now. Listen to this. Do you realize that all three, mereka punya diberi perkara yang sama? What is different is bilangan. 1, 2, 5. What is sama is called talenta. Dia tidak sebut yang ini A, Tuhan kasih itu talent main rebina. Yang ini B, dia Tuhan kasih dia main rebina, main gitar, main drums, main sekaligus. Dia satu musician setiap ahad saja, tak perlu banyak orang. Dia boleh rebina, drums, gitar. Wih, luar biasa. Bagus kan Pastor Ray? Right? Tak perlu risau, tak ada orang mau melayani. He never say about what jenis talenta. He just say talenta. Kita tidak dibezakan melalui jenis talenta kita. Kenapa diberi 1, 2, 5? Firman Tuhan kata, you go and read, mengikut keupayaan mereka masing-masing. Now listen. So what is the key of this 1, 2, 5? It's a bilangan. What does it mean then? Look at this. After a long time, Master returned. There is time given to us. We have to account to God. You realize the Master never say, saya kasih 5, you mesti untung 5. Saya kasih 2, you mesti untung 2. If let's say the one sudah kasih 5, dia hanya untung 1, pun okey bah. Tuhan tidak, itu Master tidak akan marah dia sebab dia usahakan ke 5 itu. Sebab itu Tuhan bilang kepada itu orang yang sudah 1 biji dia pergi tanam, Tuhan Tuhan bilang apa? At least you pergi invest banker, ada sedikit untung lah. Maksudnya tidak semestinya untung 1. Mungkin sedikit peratusan saja. Means even little bit I'm happy, no. So God is not asking you, I give you 5, you make sure earn 5, kalau tidak tak boleh masuk syurga. God is not saying that. God, what is saying is that I have given you this amount of time, you have to learn to use it. If you have 1 hour a week for God, use that. 2 hours, some people, not bad, right? You are not so busy. For God, use it. Some people, wow, relax with your job, so easy, you know. Jam 9 pergi, jam 5 balik rumah, tak perlu fikirkan untuk kerja, you got 5 hours every day. Use it. So, jangan pergi tengok K-drama all the time. So, what I'm trying to tell you is that, when God has entrusted tanggungjawabkan kepada setiap kita, bilangan mengikut kapasiti kita, the kind of amount of time that is different. So I can't demand A, masa yang sama memberi kepada pelayanan dari B, sebab B mungkin dia lebih sibuk daripada A di tempat dia bekerja. You understand what I'm saying or not? But A, kalau ada 1 jam, 1 jam lah. B, 2 jam lah. C, 5 jam lah. Kalau kamu tapi bilang, ada orang, Pastor, saya kosong jam bah. No, you no one in this world got kosong jam. Why, Pastor? Sebab in this text, Tuhan tidak bilang ada 4 orang. 1 orang kosong dia kasih talenta. No, minimum there is 1 hour. one talent. You can't say you got no time. You have to learn to make time. So, if you got 1 hour a month, 1 hour a month. Itu saja kan? Good. Tell your pastor, my work is killing me. Saya kerja 24 jam satu hari. Wah, gila tu. 20 jam satu hari. 4 jam saja tidur. 7 hari seminggu saya kerja. Macam mana pastor? Okay, tidak apa. Satu minggu 25 minit ada kah? Ada, boleh. So, 1 bulan, 1 jam loh. 4 minggu mah. 1 minggu 25 minit. Pastor, kamu mau saya buat apa 25 minit itu? Tolong saya main gitar di kelompok saya. Okay. Is that too much to ask you that God has given you time? Is that too much? If you spend half an hour on your Facebook and you can't spend 20 minutes for God, something is wrong. So don't blame the pastor. Selalu ambil masa saya. So how you balance? Come back again to your rule, your values, your principles, your non-negotiables. Then you know which one you put in your the rest no lah. Yeah. No means all lah. Okay? So not important mah. It's not sit in this tree mah. Not for me to define for you, you know. Your pastor's supposed to teach you, and you are an adult, you know what is important for you. I mean, if you are married with children, you can't be your children not important, but your children must sit in one of these value, non-negotiables, principles. That's rule. Then you must start with the mentality, I am resourced. I don't start from kosong. You always think of starting kosong, you will never have enough time, never enough this, never enough money, never enough that. That is not biblical. Number 3, you must learn to start your life with rested in God. Then you're weak, not the other way around. Number 4, you must learn to be responsible, memberi account. Ayat terakhir, karena itu perhatikanlah dengan saksama bagaimana kamu hidup. Jangan seperti orang bebal, tapi seperti arif. Pergunakan waktu yang ada, karena hari-hari semakin jahat. Sebab itu janganlah kamu bodoh, tetapi usahakanlah supaya kamu mengerti kehendak Allah. Usahakan, bukan malas. Do something about it. Work on it. That you will know kehendak Tuhan. Jangan jadi bodoh. Pergunakan waktu yang telah Tuhan berikan, percayakan kepada kita, dan menjadi orang yang bijak, bukan orang yang bodoh, bebal. Bebal is sangat bodoh. Bodoh. Okay, so that is what I want to share with you. The principles of the original plan. You get hold of this 4 original plan, you apply it in your life, I guarantee you, you will not struggle. All right? You will feel tired, physical from your whatever tanggung jawab, sleep, rest, but your soul, jiwa, always at rest. Jiwa kamu will not struggle. Physical tired, ya manusia, manusia bah. You bukan robot. Robot also kena mekanik untuk kasih minyak. Manusia, of course, you rest lah. By the way, somebody said just now, health is the one that you neglect. Does health sit in your values, non-negotiables, principles? If yes, put that in. Write it down. Put in your quadrant. Schedule it. Okay? All right? How do you feel? I'm going to answer questions now. You feeling all right? Okay. All right. Tell me what you think. All right. Put in the chat box. Okay. So sekarang saya mau jawab persoalan. Okay. Ya, masih hidup semua. I will answer your question now. All right. Okay. Semua ready? Okay. Mau dengar? I will try to compress this and finish it by 10 o'clock. All right. So here we go. Now, mengapa saya sering melihat agak ramai anak kepada pastor atau I put it in the chat box as the question. The rest, I mean, you still can respond to me while I'm reading this question. Like, just how do you feel? All right. Just remember this. All right. Give me thumbs up, everybody. All right. Thumbs up with that 4 things. Apply that. All right. These 4 principles. Apply that in your life. Thumbs up. All right. So Alright, so good. Alright, now, sorry, go back to questions. Mengapa saya sering melihat agak ramai anak-anak kepada pastor, minta maaf saya punya classes belum fix lah, saya kurang baca. Atau pemimpin gereja yang jatuh dalam gejala sosial atau memiliki disiplin yang kurang baik. Bagaimana cara pastor pemimpin gereja dapat tetap melayani dengan maksimal, tapi dalam maksimal melayani dalam masa yang sama tidak mengabaikan keluarga mereka. Okey. Nah, tidak kira anak pastor ke bukan anak pastor, kita semua jatuh bukan kerana kita tidak melayani, alright? Allah thinking kau tidak melayani, kau jatuh. Tetap kita jatuh kerana kita tidak mempunyai hubungan peribadi yang tulen dan teguh dengan Yesus. You start with that. You are a pastor punya anak or not, right? That's not important. The most important thing is that you don't see, "Hoi, anak pastor, mestilah kau lebih kudus dari orang yang lain." Never think like that. You give pressures to the anak pastor. Dia manusia juga, bah. Bapak dia manusia juga, bah. Hello, excuse me. Oh, you tengok dari Alkitab. Si Daud pun berdosa, bah. Right? So, tidak kira. So, it's not because tidak melayani. Bukan pelayanan yang memberi kita garanti iman yang kuat. Melayani tapi masih tidak kenal Tuhanlah, itu masalah dia. Ada kerinduan membaca firman Tuhan nggak kita? Kita check. Do you have the desire to read God's word? Taat firman Tuhan, lakukan dia. Mengasihi Yesus, meluangkan masa bersama, berdoa, rindu bersekutu dengan jemaat Tuhan. Do you have all this? If you don't have all this, right, you actually thoroughly, you melayani, so no point, actually you are like kosong kamu punya iman. So, bagaimana caranya? Persoalan kamu tanya, bagaimana caranya kita untuk menolong ini orang kan? Now, jangan menganggap kita lahir Kristian aktif di gereja itu garanti selamat. Never start with that. You mesti ada hubungan pribadi dengan Tuhan dan mesti ada discipleship terjadi. Anak pastor pun harus dimuridkan. Bila anak pastor tak perlu dimuridkan. You need to. Jangan asyik ajar berkat, Tuhan berkat kamu, melayanilah Tuhan, memberi kepada Tuhan, terberkat. Not enough. You must teach them pikul saleh. Jangan asyik menghakimi orang, tapi learn to love people. That's why then your anak-anak pastor will not fall easily. Alright, so just think of anak pastor juga manusia lah, please lah. Okay, sama dengan kita. Jangan kata, anak pastor. Macam, masa dia buang air, dia melayang-layang. Okay, so kalau saya, next question. Kalau saya harus prioritize masa dan fokus saya, what will be the prioritization order antara keluarga, pelayanan, pekerjaan untuk orang yang sudah berkeluarga? Okay, this is relevant question for everybody. Alright, now, first thing first. Kalau kamu seorang yang kerja, 1/3 kehidupan kamu sudah masuk kerja. 8 hours a day you work, some 10 hours, some 12 hours, some 20 hours. Wow. Okay, at least 1/3. Alright, 1/3. Alright, so di tempat kamu kerja. Ada yang 5 hari, 6 hari, 7 hari, depending. Nah, mau tidak mau, itu memang tetap set. Next thing. Terlebih dahulu, you have to ask yourself, do you ada masa untuk Tuhan? Masa untuk Tuhan bersama family juga. Plan your time. Set it. Alright? Jangan melihat pelayanan itu sebagai saingan. You look at everything as one, tanggungjawab Tuhan. 1, 2, 5 talent. God entrusted it to you. Now you plan your time. How much time can you give to pelayanan? How much time you got in work? How much time you give to this? You don't look at it, ini saingan lah. Sama ada A atau B. Kalau A, B saya tendang. No! You don't look at it as persaingan. You look at it as a tanggungjawab. So you plan mengikut kapasiti kamu. Alright? You serve God because you love God, not because you have to serve God. Get it right. Alright? So, okay? So, prioritizing. I can't tell you, keluarga first, pelayanan first, pekerjaan first. No. Alright? You have to plan your time carefully, but of course, you got no choice. If you work, 1/3 of your life already go to work mah. You have choice. You have cari makan bah. Alright? You tak mau makan, isteri pun mau beli bag tangan yang baru or something like that. Alright, so okay. Alright. Somebody asked me some questions that later. Okay, mengapa? Okay, bagaimana saya boleh melakukan kehidupan konsisten berlain? Karena saya tahu benda itu perlu, tapi tak apa. Joel, find a mentor please. all right, to help you, to journey with you, to coach you, just journey. You cannot do it. Why every athlete need a coach? The coach can tell this one you need to work on, this one cannot, this one change. You need a coach, all right? Now, next question. Bagaimana membahagikan pada masa ketika kita terikat dengan pekerjaan, pelayanan, keluarga, kehidupan pribadi? Ada masanya pekerjaan dan keluarga memerlukan perhatian pada waktu yang sama. Bagaimana kita melihat pekerjaan, pelayanan, keluarga, pribadi sebagai keutamaan dalam kehidupan seharian agar hati kita bersungguh-sungguh melakukan tanpa perlu memikirkan perkara yang lain dan diselubungi rasa bersalah. Now, if you ask me now, there is a clash. Your family needs you now. Say your kelompok sel needs you now. Family first. Sebab your family is your first ministry. Pelayanan pertama kamu, bukan gereja. Alright? Masa kita pergi syurga, God will ask you, what have you done to help your family to love God more? He will ask you this, no? Hello? Okay? You spend most time supposedly, right? With your family. Now, of course, mesti jujur lah. Janganlah, oh saya family lah, saya itu kalau tapi no, you actually just like don't do anything, just sit there watch Korean drama, not like quality time. Buka alasan lah, Tuhan lihat tau, okay? So jangan cari alasan yang kosong-kosong begitulah. Huh? So if you ask me if it clash, of course, your family first, alright? Now, of course, if it clash with your work, you have no choice because you are what do you call that? Family first. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh yeah, family first. Work. All right, I was affected by the question there. Work because you're working. You need to cari rezeki. All right, so you have to work. Put your attention to work. But then, if your work is affecting your relationship with God, then something have to change. Remember, magic wand. Right, something has to change. Somebody asked, can you explain again about abad? Is a Ibrani perkataan. First time it happens in the Bible is about working, kerja. God told Adam, usahakan. The word usaha, bahasa asal Ibrani is abad, kerja. So it's the same word that you see also beribadah. All right? And so this word abad is basically, it means work, also means serve, melayani, doesn't mean my music. Beribadah, not my music. Doesn't mean right, so and also mean melayani, that's anything you serve in the church, you also work. That means your workplace is actually worship. Your church service also worship to God. All right, so that's important. Now, how to identify when to say yes or no? Wow, that is quite a thing, right? First of all, come back to your priority law. Remember your rule. Second thing, if the person who tell you to do something, who is that? Boss kau, colleague kau, leader kamu di church, pastor kamu. By the way, I just exit my screen first. All right, so that you can see me fully. All right, so who is this asking you? So if your boss asks you to do something, you may not be able to say no, because your boss, right? Say no, your boss will say no to you lah. You pecat lah. So you will need to build a relationship, understanding with your boss. All right, so you say no with a yes. I taught you this sound kan? How do you say no but with a yes? All right? Or how do you say yes but with a no? How you handle it? Same for your leader, your pastor, same thing. No, not like that. But you take terlalu banyak lah, pastor. So you have to know how to manage that. All right? So, and it has to also do with the culture of your church. Like in SIBLife, I keep telling my church, the culture is basically simple this. If you are very busy at work or your family, whatever it is okay to take a break. Not a sin. We are here to support each other. There will be times I will take a break, you will have to do more. There will be times you take a break, I have to do more. We support each other. I cannot judge you, why are you not serving? Cannot like that. We are a family. All right, you are given two hands, not one hand. This hand busy, use this hand. This hand busy, use this hand. Good, two hands support each other. All right, so never judge people like, hey, why are you not serving? No, find out why. All right, and don't say no because of your own bad habit lah, your bad attitude lah. If you do right, yeah, please, again, magic wand, change. Now, next question, right? I don't understand really, or maybe I already answered your question. How do I identify I am living a balanced life? I already answered your question when I shared just now, right? This next question is the one that I don't understand. Very long question. I don't know why you, kenapa kamu tanya soalan ini pun saya tidak faham. Balanced life, keseimbangan kehidupan dalam aspek apa kita perlu lihat lebih lagi dalam topik ini. Pelibatan secara fizikal, fikiran, emosi atau bagaimana? Tak faham. Bagaimana kita melihat keseimbangan balance life dalam keempat area? Mana ada empat area? You didn't see the empat area. Mana itu? Apa empat area itu? So can you explain a bit more in this question? So I'm going to answer this. I don't really understand your question. Cuba pendekkan itu persoalan yang buat dia lebih senang difahami. Alright. Now next one. Manusia memang susah untuk fokus kepada banyak perkara. Terkadang kita akan cenderung untuk berfokus kepada satu hal sehingga tidak memberi perhatian kepada hal lain. Terkadang saya keliru, apakah saya harus utamakan hubungan saya dengan Tuhan atau hubungan saya dengan sesama keluarga dan rakan-rakan. Wow. Now, first of all, tidak kamu letak Tuhan same level dengan family, kawan, church. Tuhan is always first in everything. So you don't decide, do I spend time with my friend or spend time with God? You spend time with God first. Everything else comes next. Alright? Tapi jika maksud kamu adalah penglibatan aktiviti di gereja kah, ataupun family kah, ataupun kawan kah, come back to your rule planning. Ya? Okay? Tapi kalau dia berkaitan dengan masa, okay, you must of course read your Bible, pray, all this is important. Worship, not an option for you. Okay? So that is what I need you to go back. So to look at. All right. So next question. Finishing soon. Masih boleh tahan. Okay. Some question is very important. I want you to stay with me. Especially so important. All right. Since you're already here, stay with me lah. Tomorrow cuti kan. Pekerjaan saya menuntut banyak masa. Saya kerja Isnin sampai Sabtu. Ahad satu-satunya hari saya boleh rehat. Saya perlukan rehat. Tapi sebagai Kristian, saya juga dituntut melayani dan beribadah pada hari Ahad. These are two things here. Tuntut melayani, beribadah. Maka saya sudah tidak memiliki masa rehat. Jika saya gunakan Ahad itu untuk persekutuan, sebagai ganti saya memberi banyak wang persembahan. Puji Tuhan, gereja kau itu sangat happy. Dan persekutuan saya secara tidak dapat melayani secara fizikal. Dan pada saya itu juga pelayanan itu dengan memberi persembahan yang lebih banyak sebagai ganti. Happy church. Pastor Ray, your church kah? Just my 2 cents. 2 cents saja you kasih kah? Alright, so dia kasih persepuluhan yang banyak tapi 2 cents saja. I'm just kidding. Just your 2 cents. Kidding saja. Alright, so it's late now. Now, listen to me carefully. Beribadah itu suatu perintah, not an option. Don't even negotiate. Saya mau beribadah. So I teach you, change your mindset. Rest, start with ibadah. Melayani leh. Now, that one you can talk based on your 1, 2, 5. Remember? 1, 2, 1, 2, 5. Alright, so akhirnya kamu yang accountable kepada Tuhan, akhirnya kamu yang kumpulkan langgaran kamu. If you go against God, tidak menghormati itu hari Sabat, that's not my problem, it's your problem. To be honest, alright? I only can guide you as a pastor. Pastor can only do that. Gembala. Kalau itu domba mau hilangkan, mau jadi sesat, dia beribadah. Like Jesus give the example, satu domba sesat dia pergi cari. But you want to sesat, I cannot help you. But you want to sesat, masa sesat lo. Kena dibaham oleh singa, what can I do? Alright? But the point is that, can I tell you, Sabat, don't negotiate. Fall under one of your non-negotiable. Tapi melayani, based on your, if you every week, your pastor say, setiap minggu mesti melayani. You either want to change church or change your pastor. Alright, so, manusia lah kita, bukan ini robot lah, okay? Atau sepanjang Ahad, siang hari sampai malam, Ahad pun mesti melayani kalam. I always tell my pastors in the church, we are full-time staff. We get Monday rest. Volunteers don't. Kerja 6 hari, masih lagi melayani. They are more hardworking than us. So, yeah, you should be happy if you are part of my church. All right, so I will not squeeze you. All right, I understand what you go through. So what I'm saying is, ibadah, yes, jangan negotiate. Melayani, 1, 2, 5. Don't plan it. Okay? So you can't say, I have no time to serve. You don't have to serve on Sunday. You can serve in kelompok sel. You can serve in anything. You don't limit yourself to serving mesti Ahad. Okay? Kalau pastor kau tak faham, I don't know loh. Now, hanya saya berhak menentukan, oh, this is serious. Okay, listen. Hanya saya berhak menentukan apakah keutamaan dalam hidup saya, bukan pastor, pemimpin, atau siapa-siapa. Karena saya menjalani hidup saya, saya yang mengerti hidup saya. Wow, as long as I'm happy, I know I've done good enough for my life. Thank you. This is not a question. This is a statement telling us that, bust out faster, don't even talk about teaching me what is like life balance. Come back to the rule. Yes, you rule your life based on your values, non-negotiable, prinsip hidup kamu. If your principle in your life is that God is never number one, that is your decision. True, I agree with you. Pastor sesiapa tidak hak untuk control your life. It's true, I absolutely agree. We are gembala, we are not raja bagi kamu. So, but God first must be happy, not you. If you say, as long as I'm happy, no. Does God happy or not? Do you think God will smile at you or not when you do things like that? When you live a life that I don't care about you, I just want to live my life, No. Ask, will God smile at you or not? If you say yes, well done, keep it up. Happy people don't go to heaven. Only holy people go to heaven. Berapa ruang dalam hidup kamu ada untuk Tuhan? Is there any space in your life for God? No. Why then God should have space for you in heaven? I mean, think about that carefully. Do you have time for God? Why should God make time for you when you need Him? Right? Do you believe that setiap saat yang kamu bernafas sekarang, Tuhan yang beri? Yes? Do you know that He can take it anytime He wants? Right? So, let's not put yourself dalam pusat. Tuhan di sampingan, semua orang di sampingan kita yang pusat. No, Tuhan yang pusat. And then we have to ask, again, rule. Come back to your principles and your values, mengikut Alkitab dia. Alright? So, you're right, it's your life. Nobody can rule you. Nobody can talk about you. Why should I even care about that, right? So, to be honest, right? So, yeah. Okay. What is that? How to manage time, balance my life if working 12 hours and sometimes more than that. After back from work, my figure is very tight and slept early. How can I balance my life? Is it enough for me to serve Him with my work? Okay, there's a question. How to manage time and balance? Okay, let me copy that for you so that this is very relevant. All right, how to manage? Apa ni? Can you help me delete that? I cannot do delete. I double copy my so let me just, this is the other question. Let me just read for you from the personal message to me. How to manage time, balance life if work 12 hours, sometimes more than 12 hours. After back from work, physical tired, slept early. How can I balance my life? Is it enough for me to serve Him with my work? I agree with you. Some people have to work very long hours. And you don't have to serve God like every week must have something to do in the church if you are in this category. But you must have something that you can do to serve God within a period of, let's say, 2 weeks, a month, even just 1 hour, not just 2-5. Remember 1-2-5 principle. Something somewhere. And be creative. Can I come back to this? Creative. Not necessarily must be something you do inside the church. Or maybe I'll give you another example. You go to church on Sunday, kan? Right? If you don't, very sad lah, you should go. Okay? I mean, now you can't, but you do go. So when you go to church on Sunday, there are some things you can serve that you can do it on that time during Sunday, like usher. Senyum is good, bah. Still serving, bah. All right? Or lanjut kopi, still serving. Whatever capacity you have, is still the house of God. God will still smile at you. And dia tidak kasih saya lebih besar bilik saya di syurga kerana saya khotbah. Mungkin kamu bilik lebih besar daripada saya punya bilik. Seperti itu janda yang miskin 2 wang shilling, dia memberi paling banyak. If you are so little time you have, you only give like 20 minutes, you probably will be blessed more than me. You understand that, all right? So come back to this next question. I'm single, working, saya telah menjadi hidup yang begitu happy. This one is serious. Oh man, this one break my heart. Okay, I tell you why it breaks my heart. I'm a single and working, menjalani hidup yang begitu happy selama saya berada di Semenanjung, selama saya melanjutkan pelajaran saya merasakan komuniti saya ketika itu adalah komuniti yang sesuai dengan saya. Namun ketika saya balik Miri, ini orang Miri, saya sudah tidak ada komuniti yang sesuai dengan saya. Karena komuniti orang gereja semuanya holy. Dan saya tidak dapat get engaged with the community. I need happy time because I deserve it after a hard work. For me, I should spend my time more with the people community that can follow my lifestyle. Haha. Happy lagi dia. Haha. Why I should spend time with the people that are so not me? Thank you. So I don't know whether that's a question or you just make a point. But let me just say this. First of all, when you say community kamu itu, adakah dia community sehat, membangunkan rohani kamu, membantu kamu lebih mengasihi Tuhan, membangun lebih mengasihi orang yang lain sesama manusia, ataupun di sebaliknya? I am assuming di sebaliknya. Why? Sebab you say orang gereja semua holy. Saya tidak dapat engage with this community. I need happy time because I deserve it after I work. Happy time, do you mean clubbing, pubbing, bing? So, keep your happiness. Please, keep that happiness if you want. I say it again. Keep that. Keep doing whatever you're happy, which is not engaged with the community. Whatever make you happy, go ahead. But you can choose that. God allows you to choose to keep that happiness, but you must also allow God to give away your place in heaven to other people. Don't get upset with God. God gave you a choice to do what you like. You must also let God do what He likes. He give away because you are not utamakan kehidupan rohani. Your version of happiness is not building your spiritual life, something is wrong. Happiness versus holiness. Holy people sure happy. Happy people not necessarily holy. No holy. Heaven has no place for unholy people. Why should spend time with the people that are so not me? Or you say, why should spend time with people so not me? Do you think Jesus want to hang out with you or not? Why should Jesus hang out with you? It's so not Him. You are living in your center, everything else circle around you. Come on. Since when you become like that? Since when you become so me, everything else is follow me, what I like. Freedom is not to do all that you like, full stop. Freedom is to do all that brings life to other people as well. That's why Ephesus says, you experience berapa tinggi, dalam, lebar, panjangnya kasih Tuhan bersama-sama dengan orang kudus. You can only experience how wide, deep, long. That means that it's like so magnanimous God's love with God's people. You take yourself away from there, you can never experience that. So your questions imply that you actually don't have a relationship with God. Because if you love God, you will surely love what He loves. You will not judge, oh, you're so holy people. All right? God gives you your life. It's never about you, not only for yourself. It's that if that's how you see it, then you really don't know God. And mungkin besar, you treat God as your servant. So please check. Are you really a follower of Christ? If not, it's time for you to take a serious check. All right? I think I'm going to take one last question and then we will call it a night. All right? So Christianity can be sometimes making people exhausted. They're asking people to get involved with their activities. Why do they need to bother others' life instead of bothering about themselves? Whew, wow, panas tu soalan. Ya, mau saya jawab ini soalan? Panas jawab soalan ni. Alright. Okay, let me answer. I think it's not wrong to ask you to join activity. The choice is yours. Macam itu salesman. Dia cuba jual barang bagi kamu. Salahkah tu? Kalau you jalan-jalan, itu salesman di supermarket, dia jual, you marah dia. Why are you bothering me? Kesian tu salesman. He's just doing his job, selling you his products. Not wrong for people to invite you for joint activity, but it's your choice to buy or not the product, to go or not. But don't judge people. Why are you bothering me? If just asking you to consider join or not, you treat it as you bother me, you bothering me, kacau saya, then you have a serious problem, seriously. So I don't mind to offend you if you ask this question. Check your heart. All right. I don't get anything by being honest with you. In fact, you probably hate me more. But simply because I want good for you. Check your heart. All right. But if they really bother you, wow, every day text you, kenapa kau tidak datang? You know, you sin, you know, if you don't that, always push you, you know. Then you just reply, I'm sorry, I just don't have the time. You know, that's not sitting in my priority. You know, so then again, check, make sure you have appetite untuk perkara Tuhan. Kalau kamu tiada selera untuk perkara Tuhan, something is wrong. Very fast. Devil loves you. Iblis sangat suka orang yang tiada selera untuk Tuhan. Alright? Alright? Very fast you join his club. Okay. Pastor, jika hubungan dengan Tuhan adalah, this one must answer. Okay? Please. This one so good. This one must answer. Alright? So good. Alright, so good. Right? Wait. I mean, the question is so good. So relevant for all of us. Pastor, jika hubungan dengan Tuhan itu adalah hubungan pribadi, mengapa harus beribadah bersama-sama dengan jemaat lain? Mengapa harus berdoa bersama dengan saudara? Kita boleh berdoa pribadi, bah. Tambah sikit bala, orang sabar. Mengapa harus mengkaji Alkitab bersama-sama? Sedangkan saya boleh mengkaji sendiri rumah, bah. Karena semua ini menuntut masa saya. Dan masa saya tidak mencukupi, persoalan mengapa perlu buat semua itu bersama, sedangkan boleh dibuat secara pribadi. Setuju kan? Semua setuju, right? I agree. Now, first of all, ada baca Alkitab kah? Apakah perintah Tuhan? Beribadah sendiri atau bersama jemaat Tuhan? I mean, read your Bible. God commands us to beribadah bersama jemaat Tuhan. Don't ask. Just do it. Just do it. You want blessing? Just do it. God never save us into an island. He save us into a family. We are not yatim piatu. Sedihnya kita telah diselamatkan oleh Tuhan, tapi masih lagi yatim piatu. Family means you got to spend time with your family. Rohani. So if you don't get used to beribadah bersama jemaat Tuhan, now you will have problem go to heaven. Because in heaven kita beribadah bersama. You tidak, Tuhan, bolehkah saya masuk bilik saya sendiri beribadah? I mean, you will have problem. You cannot go to heaven. Heaven is a place we worship together. What is your problem? You better get used to worshiping God together now. If you don't, you masuk syurga. Bisingnya sini. Tambah bising. Then Iblis bilang, welcome. Ada tempat bilik sendiri-sendiri kau. Ada sana K-drama punya TV 60 inch for you. You know what I'm saying? Even Jesus dia pergi rumah Allah. Did you read your Bible? Mengkaji firman sendiri, you say. Are you very clever in doing that? Are you sure kamu punya penafsiran tu semua betul? You know, some question you ask. And then next thing, it's never about what you can get. Life is never about what you can get. It's about how together we can help each other to grow. How do you help each other to grow when whole life you just lock yourself in the room? Okay. Tuhan cipta Adam. Apa dia bilang? Tidak bagus untuk manusia itu seorang diri. Betul tidak? Kau bilang, Pastor, salah aku tafsiran. Apa maksud kau salah? Itu dia Tuhan ciptakan istri untuk suami. Wait. Hello, of course has to be istri dia first perempuan yang dicipta. Kalau bukan anak dia kah? Macam mana anak cucu bertambah banyak? The whole principle is tidak bagus untuk manusia itu seorang diri. Tuhan tidak bilang tidak bagus untuk manusia itu nadai istri. Hey, hello. The principle is not good for you to be alone. Okay? Kalau you like that, kamu mangsa terbaik untuk si iblis. You always see binatang-binatang liar itu selalu berkerumun kah? The moment satu pergi rayau-rayau. Deng. Okay? Alright? Okay, soalan terakhir. Yang lain tu I already answered. Okay? What is what is a productive lifestyle as a Christian? What is a productive lifestyle? Sorry, I answered you already, right? Productive lifestyle as a Christian, right? I already answered you the question earlier. Okay, sorry, I want to answer this. How to avoid procrastination? Right? Everybody wants to know that, right? Here's my answer. Follow Pastor Wagner. Pakai kasut Nike. Just do it. Just do it. There's no secret to it. Just do it. Why you procrastinate? Just do it. If it's important, urgent, do it. Bah, habis. Okay. Finished. Thank you. Balik, Pastor Ray. Bah. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm done, all right? No worry, it's late.
Oke, mari kita beri tepukan yang meriah buat sesi kita pada malam hari ini. Oke, saya mau tengok with 5 finger dengan 5 jari, how many fingers you give for tonight fellowship untuk sesi malam ini? Berapa 5 jari yang kamu bagi untuk malam hari ini? 1 jari kah, 2 jari kah, 3 jari kah, 5 jari? Okay, everyone, show your finger. Berapa jari? Wah, 10 finger. Wow. All right. Thank you, everyone. Yes. Yeah, thank you. And then, thank you, Pastor Dan. You know, right. Saya sangat diberkati dengan apa yang kita pelajari pada malam hari ini. Okay. And saya percaya kita semua juga diberkati. That's why everyone giving 5, 10 untuk malam hari ini. Dan kita sangat percaya dan kita sangat rindukan bahwa setiap kita, especially young adults, belia, bila kita sudah masuk belia, we have so many responsibility, and I hope today, at least, you know, right, some persoalan dalam hidup kamu dijawab, and you get the idea, you get the gambaran itu. So, yep, thank you everyone. So, thank you yang kita semua yang lain. I mean, yang kita semua family, but I mean, kalau yang bukan dari gereja SIBLife, thank you everyone. Thank you for making your time, meluang masa dengan kita bersama pada malam hari ini. Even saya nampak all the pastors from SIBLife. Wow, saya tak expect pun, you know, like kamu orang ada pada malam hari ini. But thank you for your support. Thank you for your kehadiran pada malam hari ini. So, saya tak mau ambil masa kamu orang lama. Alright. Kita akan berdoa. And saya mau minta satu hal lagi selepas kita berdoa nanti. As usual, saya mau ambil gambar kita ramah-ramah. Alright. So, jangan keluar dulu selepas berdoa nanti. Okay, come. Let us pray. And nanti, where's Cikgu Rafael? Adakah dia? Cikgu Rafael. Oh, ada. Oke, alright, come. Nanti Cikgu Rafael akan tuh doa.
Oke, mari kita berdoa bersama. Bapa di surga, terima kasih buat malam ini. Kami sangat bersyukur buat satu sesi yang begitu baik dan cukup memperangsangkan pemikiran kami sebagai orang-orang yang bekerja, ya Tuhan. Walau bagaimanapun Tuhan, kami tahu banyak hal yang selalu mengekang kami daripada kehendak dan rencana-Mu. Justru malam ini Tuhan, dengan satu pernyataan ataupun satu pembelajaran melalui pastor kami, Pastor Den, kami mohon supaya biar kiranya pembelajaran malam ini akan terus memberi suntikan yang padu dalam hati kami sebagai orang-orang yang percaya kepada Engkau Tuhan. Sentiasa menguruskan hal-hal kami dengan seimbang melalui pemahaman kami tentang kebenaran firman-Mu Tuhan. Terima kasih Tuhan, berkati kami semua, baik yang bekerja, yang mungkin akan bekerja hari esok, dan juga istirahat kami malam ini kami serahkan ke dalam tangan Tuhan. Di dalam nama Yesus kami sudah berdoa. Amin.
Oke,